Hey girlies, welcome back to the Imani Forrester channel. As you know, Imani Forrester is the author of 30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing, which you can find in the description box below. Welcome back, y'all. I'm Shanice, and this is another video in our series, Leopards Ate My Face, / People Getting Exactly What They Voted For, and also happens to coincide with the breakup season that we are seeing happening right now. Whether it's romantic relationships, whether it's friendships, familial estrangement, this election has really shown people how different their morals are as human beings from the people in their lives. So I'm going to go ahead and read this Reddit story and buckle up because it's going to be a ride. So this thread is titled, "My girlfriend, 21 female, voted for Kamala, and I, 22 male, voted for Trump, and she hates me. How can I diffuse the situation?" Okay, let's get into this. So OP writes, "Hi, I want to start off by saying this isn't going to be a political post. I'm not going to argue about policies and whatnot. Me and my girlfriend have known each other for years, since middle school. We started dating at the beginning of college, and we're both heading towards graduation. In all the years of knowing her, I have never once, at least I don't remember, ever talking about politics with her and vice versa. And I have never, ever really been a political person, and still am not. We both go to the same school, which happens to be an extremely liberal school, and so obviously this election meant a lot more for some people than me. I come from a very conservative background. My parents have voted for Republican their whole life and will to the day they die. The mass majority of my friends are liberal with a group that are conservative, and I tend to be in the middle." Okay, so the phrasing of this part is weird. I don't quite get what he's trying to say here, but I see that he sees himself as more moderate compared to his liberal and conservative friends. So moving on. "On the day of the election, I obviously voted for Trump, and I will say it wasn't an educated vote, but I voted for him after discussing with my parents on an hour-long phone call about voting. And in my mind, it wasn't going to matter. I thought Kamala was going to win, and my state was going to be blue no matter what. Fast forward about 2 days after the election, I slept over at my girlfriend's house. Everything went completely normal until the morning, where the first thing she does as we wake up is chastise me for my vote. The thing is, I will always listen to what she has to say, and I told her I appreciate how strongly she feels about it, which means she cares, and I am more than willing to listen to her viewpoint so I can understand where she's coming from. But even after that, she was still mad at me and kicked me out and hasn't responded to my text in 24 hours. I don't really know what to do now, and I really wish I didn't vote at all. First of all, she's right to distrust him. I don't blame her for separating from him because she can't even trust him with her human rights. He contributed to making her a second-class citizen, and he's proven he could care less about her bodily autonomy, safety, and life. And considering what Project 2025 has in store for women, it's even less safe to be intimate with males right now. But again, he should have known this. This is what he voted for. Also, the fact that he claims not to be a political person. We engage in some form of political act every day. So many decisions that we make are political, consciously or unconsciously. Politics are tied to just about everything we do, and there's no escaping that. From the media we choose to consume, to the companies we support, the people we keep around us, everything is going to have political implications. There's no way around that, so this is a crazy take, especially considering he did just about one of the most political things you can do, and cast a vote. And the fact that she's supposed to be the person that OP loves? I mean, this all goes to show that these males really don't care about women. All they care about is access to women's bodies. OP wasn't upset when he heard that Project 2025 comes with a slew of slashes against human rights, but this is the privilege of males. When something doesn't affect them directly, they don't care about how it's going to affect anybody else. The vast majority have real issues with empathy. Anyway, this is also why people are saying that moderate men are not safe men, because just like OP, that just means that they couldn't care one way or the other about you having bodily autonomy and human rights. He cared more when his girlfriend took away access to her body. He didn't care about how she felt, nor did he care about the very real issues now staring her in the face. But I bet he will suddenly care and become very political when he hears that tariffs could raise the price of gaming consoles and electronics up to 40%, or that his access to corn is going up on the chopping block too. This is just a very interesting find out season we're seeing. Anyway, let's get into a few of these comments. So Family Parka quotes, "I wish I didn't vote at all. MFer still hasn't learned shit. And yeah, even as their decisions are biting them in the butt, folks like him still won't understand what they did wrong." And I'm gonna steal a quote I heard, I think it was from Shar Henley, but a lot of moderate males are just far-right cowards, and OP is proof of that. This comment says, "I voted to take rights away from my partner and make her a second-class citizen, and she's real bent out of shape about it. How do I not listen to her or anyone else and have the whole thing blow over? She'd be a fool to stick with this idiot." And this person replies, "Yes, she would. He will never change. He talked to his parents for 1 hour. They decided." Final candidate says, "I'm pretty baffled by what the parents could have possibly spent an entire hour telling him about why he should vote for Trump. A detailed analysis of his economic policy? His concept of a plan to replace the ACA, his foreign policy proposals, I can only imagine that they spent that hour ranting and raving about illegal aliens, woke ideology, the fake news, kids heading to school as boys and returning home as girls, the Department of Injustice and Kamala's lying and low intelligence. Clifford Moreau says, I want to fix this, but I don't want to be lectured on politics. Then you don't want to fix this. Ginger Gorilla says, TLDR, I obviously voted for Trump, and I will say it wasn't an educated vote. Snoob Noob says, this isn't going to be a political post. And yet the whole post is literally about a political disagreement. It's beyond me at this point. A smooth operator said, I think in a way, it's revealing. He doesn't see his decision as political. I'm sure when he discussed this with his parents, they probably talked about the economy and the importance of having a man lead the country. To him, it was just another decision, one which, regardless of how it turned out, wouldn't impact him in any way. And he's not wrong. This dude sounds like a young male Republican. For him, his life is going to remain unchanged for the near term. Looking at the outcome of the decision, he doesn't regret not discussing it with her first or trying to understand where her concerns are coming from. Rather than reflecting on the why, his decision was, I wish I didn't vote. And that's the real tragedy here. For the first time in his life, he is experiencing the consequences of a decision he made, one which is irreversible. There is no coming back from this, none. And now, rather than trying to grow from it, to engage with it at a deeper level, he just throws up his hands and goes, well, I'm not looking to be educated, just tell me how to fix this. As if there are some magic words that are just going to change the outcome. This commenter put this so well. And I'm going to end on this note. This comment says, if his post engenders sympathy, then these women are in for a world of pain the next few decades. Because many, if not most, of these men know they fucked up and they just don't want the negative consequences but also want the benefits. This is what's called opportunistic behavior. It will not end well for those kind enough to tolerate it. It will be too late by the time they realize their errors in judgment. Hopefully, this election is an eye-opener for many of them, but it's easy to regress into trusting opportunistic people. Caring people are not opportunistic. They naturally think longer term for themselves and others. Look, period. The women who fought for human rights have to be extremely discriminating and discerning and have firm boundaries over who we allow into our circles at this time. Look around you and ask yourself, can I trust these individuals with my life? If the answer isn't a resounding yes, you have something you need to rectify. So that's all I have for y'all on this edition of Leopards Ate My Face. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and put your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you all there.